under 90 degrees today, and I am so relieved. The last 2 days have been so hot. I've been so exhausted. I have not felt myself, and I really think a lot of it had to do with the heat. So I'm hoping that today I can get more things done. I'm a few days behind on editing and publishing and videoing. So I apologize for that. And hopefully my Monday video being published on a Thursday won't bother you too much. And now we're gonna try to get caught back up before the weekend, because I always get behind on the weekends when we're busy doing family things. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me on the videos, getting out, and hopefully today I will have more energy to get things caught up. I don't know how Ryan claims that Shady Girl is well behaved and perfect angel on the milk stand. She's the only one who ever gets her foot in the bucket. Earlier this week, she got her foot in the pail, even though I was being careful. And I had to dump it out and start over and wash it all out. Then today, she did it twice while I was milking her. I had to dump it out twice and rewash it. She's a brat for me. She's an angel for daddy. It's not fair. What are you saying, Bo? What are you saying? What do you think? You like Shady though, huh? You like her. You like all the girls. You just love her. Bo says, I've never met a girl I didn't like. That's right. Stud muffin. Somebody asked what this was on his head. It is a scur from improper burning. The lady who did his horns did it wrong, so he grew a scur. I'm thinking about banding it. That's a method I've heard of and read about, and seems pretty effective. You just have to get a notch in the bottom near the hairline to get the rubber band around to sit in, and it just slowly cuts off circulation and it falls off. So that sounds like a good peaceful way to do it. Some people use wire saws, some people even use sawzalls, but I think, ugh, Bo. So anyway, let's talk about turkey. Turkey Tom. Hey Tom, how you doing? You're so big and handsome. My friend has a couple of turkeys she's raising, and if she's only planning on keeping 2 or 3 of them, I think she said. So she's gonna give me whichever ones she doesn't keep, and he'll have some friends. And hopefully when Trisha over at Willow Creek Homestead gets her turkeys laying fertile eggs, she will share me a dozen of those to hatch. I'm excited. And I think I have realized what's going on with the ducks not laying eggs. I don't know if you notice anything through the yard here where they hang out. Lots of feathers. Now, I've never actually noticed ducks molting as far as their body looking like it's losing feathers is something I've never noticed with my ducks. But the feathers are all over the ground. So I think they're doing an early molt, and that's why they're not laying. And somebody else in a forum I'm in said something about, my ducks laid all the way through the winter, so they're taking the summer off. And I'm like, oh, okay, because these guys laid all through the winter. So I think that's a part of it too. So if they lay all winter and not in the summer, that's actually pretty cool, because our chickens lay all summer and not all winter. So this might be the perfect balance for us. Sweet duckies. We have 2 drakes that we need to either sell or eat, and then we will begin collecting Anaconda eggs for hatching. So I'm excited about that in the fall. We have been so busy, and it has been so hot that it's hard to get anything done in the middle of the day. But we have got to get our chicken tractors rearranged. We have sold off quite a few of our hens, and now we want to rearrange the chicken tractors. We would like to reduce the number of chicken tractors that we're having to maintain, as far as having to take the water out and refill it every day. If we have only 3 chicken tractors, that's only 3 times that we have to do that instead of 6. So we have the right number now to do 3, but we still have them separated into 6. So we need to find the time to do that and get that done. And I'm thinking about experimenting with quail on the ground in a chicken tractor. Thoughts? Anybody? because I've seen lots and lots of quail experts say always have them on a wire floor because they don't do well on the ground because of the bacteria that are located in the soil and everything. But then I've seen other natural keeping websites say that it's better to keep them on the ground. So now I'm wanting to see for myself, I think. You know, you can read a million things on the internet and you're gonna get a million different opinions and viewpoints. But seeing what works in your homestead environment is going to be more effective than reading what works in somebody else's homestead environment. So we're big experimenters. We like to see what works best for us. So I'm definitely thinking about trying that. If there's a way I could figure it out, it would be super cool. All right, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I ran another fecal on hearts and I found some tapeworm eggs, which I was told you can't find tapeworm eggs. I was also told that by vets and all of the books that I have on goat care that tapeworm don't affect goats, that they're just kind of a benign parasite that doesn't really harm them or cause anemia. But when I saw those eggs, I thought, well, I better treat her again. So as I was talking about the other day, considering doing the oil treatment, I did the oil treatment on her. So I'm gonna wait a couple of days and then I'm gonna do another fecal exam. I've been working on some fecal exams lately for somebody who contacted me locally that had some serious issues with their goats, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And so I've had all my equipment out, so I figured, well, I might as well grab a fecal from Hearts. And it's probably time for me to do a fecal on everybody just to see where we are and know what that our herbs are working the way they should, even though it's spring and it's been wet weather. Well, as much as I want to get underneath those asparagus and get them finished weeding so that they look more like this one, and I want to get these beds completely pulled up, maybe not the kale, but the weeds are so bad, and these are cold weather crops, that I'm thinking it might just be best just to go ahead and come in here and just remove the whole entire layer of vegetation and eat whatever cabbage we can, making sauerkraut or whatever, and then replant it with cucumbers, squash, or beans. Those are 3 things I can plant by seed in the middle of June in Georgia, and they will grow just fine and get lots of food still. So that's what I'm considering doing with this sad garden. Unfortunately, this year's garden is a complete fail, but that's okay. I've had some great successes in gardening, and I know that I can do it, and I have been a gardener for 40 years, and I will continue gardening. I just had a very difficult spring. Emotionally, I wasn't in the place to take care of a garden. So hopefully this fall I can show you guys how it's really done. Maybe. I really need to get some pictures of my old gardens and show you guys that I'm not kidding. I really am a good gardener. Times have just been difficult since I started YouTubing. I haven't been as much of a good gardener. And I don't think it's related to YouTube, but maybe it is, because I do spend an awful lot of time filming and editing videos and answering comments. So there's a possibility YouTube has impacted my time in the garden, but I think a lot of it has to do with how I felt the last 2 years. I haven't felt like myself. I've had something off, something unbalanced in me, where I'm very lethargic and achy and just not 100%. So if I could get to the bottom of that and resolve it, that would be great. But if not, I will just try to push through and do my best. And that's all you can do. All right, I better get in before it gets too hot out here. Thank you guys for watching. Please check us out on Facebook, Patreon, and Instagram. Follow us along there, and we'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.